the people were in all manner of tents because so many had gone down in the one event. You had Banda Aceh, obviously was quite a big place. That was the place on TV where you saw cars floating by. But with many of the dwellings as you came down the coastal road, many of the dwellings being wooden construction, and with high ground behind them, the river plains opened out as triangles where the rivers finally meandered to the sea. But they're very shallow, only maybe a kilometre, kilometre and a half. Well, as the wave gets funneled up the triangle, it rises, it lifts. And all that was left was the tin roofs and huge piles of debris stacked up at the back trees. They were still finding people, and we were there in the May. In the little harbour there was I think it was about 5,000 ton boat turned over on its side still, but it picked up this massive barge and the tug, brought it in over the harbour butt and dumped it on the road. And it was a bit of a block at the moment to have a barge and which is full of coal dust for the cement process, which was no longer functioning, of course, and the tug was just sitting there high and dry. But somebody opened a restaurant for 50 seats under the bow of the barge. It was that big. Advantage of going in a little bit later, we went in the May with kits that we'd already designed under DFID funded research for Oxfam in the past, was that we had the knowledge of the control and running of them, and there is a degree of expertise needed. So we went into two towns, Lamnau and Moolabo. Moolabo is about the size of Guildford, Lamnau about the size of nearby Ripley. Both of them built clarifiers that we had designed for Oxfam under some DFID funded research. So we did work at the two places. We trained up our Indonesian colleagues and got some good results with the productivity. And what I like most of all is Andy Bastable from Oxfam, the head of the public health engineering team, went back, I think it was 2 months after we'd left, and found that just the amount of training we'd done, and it wasn't much, with our Indonesian colleagues as operators, not the high-tech guys that we had there, they were still doing the right thing, still doing the jar test, still running the clarifiers.